Patrick showed us the data. The vaccines are working, and they're working well to keep people out of the hospital and to keep people from dying from COVID-19. So we don't need those type of shutdowns, but we do need more people to get vaccinated and boosted. I talked to you already about how we were turning up the DC government mandate for our employees, and that will now include a mandatory vaccine, 3 shots, a 3-shot requirement. Without the option of testing out. We're also very focused on gathering places in our community. So beginning on January 15, 2022, certain establishments will be required to verify that their patrons 12 years old and older have received at least 1 dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. And so here is the timeline for how we will roll that out. First dose for patrons 12 and older beginning January 15th, second dose by February 15th. Enforcement of the vaccine requirements, therefore, would begin by January 15th. The places that will require a vaccine are restaurants, bars, and nightclubs, indoor cultural and entertainment facilities, indoor exercise and recreational establishments, and indoor event and meeting establishments. People will be able to demonstrate their vaccination status using a CDC-issued vaccination card, an original paper version or digital version, an immunization record printout from their healthcare provider, or a COVID-19 verification app such as VaxYes or Clear. In the coming days, we will be releasing more guidance around these requirements, but we wanted to announce it today so businesses have as much time as possible to prepare. If you are a resident who is not yet vaccinated and you want to continue enjoying these activities, now's the time to get vaccinated. And as we have done in other cases, the Department of Health, or I think this is coming out of DC Health on our coronavirus.dc.gov, where we have provided quite a lot of signage so businesses don't have to recreate it. You can go to vaxdc.dc.gov to download a sample of the signage requiring vaccination to enter. I also wanted to highlight, and I'll turn to Councilmember Henderson to talk a little bit more, but this month, actually yesterday, the council passed legislation that will require all students who are eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine that has been fully approved by the FDA to get their immunization. So let me turn this over to Councilmember Henderson.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So yesterday the council took its, yesterday the council took a second vote on the coronavirus immunization of school students and early childhood workers legislation. So as the mayor said, this requires that beginning March 1st of 2022, all students, this is public school, public charter school, private and parochial schools as well, will need to be vaccinated against COVID-19 by a date certain. We will begin, this is essentially adding the COVID-19 vaccine to the list of vaccinations that are already required for students in daycare centers and childcare centers. We also added to this legislation language that essentially puts into law a mayor's order with regard to vaccination requirement for early childhood workers as well.
Thank you, Councilmember. And so this adds to the safety of our schools. You will remember that all school personnel have been for a couple of months now required to get vaccinated without a test out option. And we began to mandate for students, I believe at the same time, student athletes who who were participating in high risk activity to be vaccinated as well. So this is another part of our strategies to keep our schools and child care facilities open and safe. And so we urge parents right now to make a plan to have their children vaccinated even before the deadline. Because the benefit is you get the extra months and weeks of protection. So there's really no need to wait for the deadline. So with that, we want to, of course, celebrate the season, but we also want to remind residents to choose safer activities as you celebrate. Outdoor activities are safer than indoor activities. So think about how you can enjoy your family and friends in an outdoor setting. We recommend avoiding crowded indoor or outdoor settings. We recommend that you wear a mask even in private settings where you're not sure of the vaccination status of your friends. And actually, we suggest that you do know their vaccination status and think about only attending events where people are vaccinated. Avoid events held in poorly ventilated indoor spaces. Choose less busy times to attend holiday activities. Choose to attend or host small gatherings instead of large gatherings. Use testing to know your status and the status of people around you, and report your status if you're using one of our at-home tests to coronavirus.dc.gov/over-the-counter. So with that, we're happy to answer your